mama, if you're struggling with heart palpitations, insomnia, anxiety, overwhelm, and maybe some dipped moods, a little bit of depression, I want you to know there are reasons for these symptoms after childbirth. And today we're going to talk about the truth and how you can start healing naturally. We're going to dive into why this happens, but if you're looking for a step-by-step plan or a roadmap to get to the root cause of your symptoms, make sure you download your free postpartum recovery roadmap to start healing anxiety, depression, and insomnia naturally. And if you're serious about healing naturally without medications, make sure you book your free call below, discovery call with myself, Tara, so I can help guide you to your next steps in healing your body naturally. So why do we struggle with so many symptoms after birth? It's really hard to choose one reason, but if I could, it could come down to your cellular health and or what's called methylation. Have you heard of methylation before? So methylation, we could define it as the ability for your body to process nutrients and to heal your body faster. And why is this so important in the postpartum time? Majority of my clients test positive for what's called the MTHFR gene, as I did myself. And now with all this gene testing, we're able to see how your genes are functioning. But it doesn't really come down to the gene functioning. I would say it's more your cellular health. So if I'm suggesting the reason we struggle so much after birth is due to methylation, and you go to your doctor and ask them to test you, most likely they will say they can't or it's not important. So what you can do is, number one, look to see if you have the MTHFR gene. Now, it may or may not be important to you. We're going to discuss what to do next in the next few steps. But I think it's good information to have because once I learned I had the MTHFR gene, I then just assumed my children did and purchased different vitamins for them based on these unique needs that we need for methylation purposes. So let me explain a little bit more. You want to know if you have the MTHFR gene. If you have the MTHFR gene, you have a harder time methylating or processing certain foods and vitamins and medications, which is probably why you found me in the first place, because most of us that are sensitive or natural tend to have a harder time with medications. We don't like the way they make us feel, or there's side effects we don't like, or we know there's a better way for healing. So step one is to see if you have the MTHFR gene, or maybe if you can't afford it, just assume you do. But 3 indicators that you might have the gene would include that you've had anxiety on and off your whole entire life, you've had anxiety that you can't pinpoint why, and that you may or may not have had, you possibly had a miscarriage or a baby loss in the past. This could demonstrate that you might have the MTHFR gene and that you may need folate instead of folic acid for your next pregnancy. So let me know if any of those 3 things ring true to you in the comment area below, that if you know you have the MTHFR gene, or if you're curious to know, I'll leave a link below on the most affordable way to test for it, which is called Straight Gene by Seeking Health Vitamins. So whether you have the gene or not, your goal is to start improving your cellular health. Now, how do we do that in the postpartum time? So there's some quick ways you can do it. So number 1 is diet, which we talked about a few videos in the past. I will leave a link below, but we really need to clean up your diet. And one of the things we want to start incorporating is folate. So we want to incorporate a lot of greens and a lot of proteins to help support your body, your energy, and your sugar levels in the postpartum time. So we have to look at your diet because that is what is drawing energy to you or taking energy away from you. When it comes to methylation, we also want to look at your vitamins. What vitamins are you taking? If you have the MTHFR gene, you need a methylated B vitamin plus magnesium, plus vitamin D. So there's a good amount of vitamins that we need, especially if your diet is limited in the postpartum time. So by incorporating the right supplements, potentially liquid supplements or an IV if needed, to really boost your energy would be ideal to improve methylation. We also want to look at, are you sweating? Are you able to exercise? I'll never forget, I stopped exercising once I had the kids. I owned a Pilates studio. There was way too much to do at home with 2 infants, and I stopped taking care of myself. It is not selfish to start taking care of you, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. So by going to the gym or going to a class or just pausing for 5 minutes to think about what you need is the best thing you can do for yourself right now. So yes, we're talking about methylation, but we also need to incorporate what you're doing for your own health, because that is extremely important. The more you can move your body and start exercising and start sweating, the better methylator you'll be, and you'll release any toxins, heavy metals that may be stored in your body that could be causing numbness, tingling, and shaking in your body. So maybe we'll dive into this more. You let me know if you're interested, but heavy metals are released in the postpartum time and during perimenopause. So potentially it's this heavy metal release that is causing all of our symptoms of anxiety, depression, and insomnia, particularly if we're bad methylators. Now this might be way too much information now at the time, but the goal is to improve your methylation, to release toxins in your environment, to release excessive estrogens and to raise your progesterone, and to help calm your body down. The other thing that really aggravates you when it comes to methylation is too much coffee. So we talk about this a lot, but just 1 cup maybe before noon, or if you could, none at all. Possibly green tea would be better for you, or a organic coffee like a dandelion root blend. So that would support your liver best and improve that methylation as well. Alcohol is the worst for you because it will cause insomnia. So once you restore your health, you may be able to have a glass of wine again. But the best thing, especially if you struggle with anxiety, depression, insomnia, is to eliminate all alcohol forever, if possible. The other organ that needs a lot of support that I just mentioned is your liver. So your liver is processing all these hormones in the postpartum time. By supporting your liver, you will support methylation, and you also help your liver produce more B vitamins to improve your energy. The 5th way to heal naturally is to clean up your environment. We need to know what is going on in your environment in order to methylate properly. Now, if you haven't seen anything about biohacking, this is what biohacking is about. So your water, where's your water coming from? Is it filtered? Is it town water? Is it city water? Are you drinking out of a plastic bottle? Can you choose a different type of material so that you're not consuming those xenoestrogens in your body, which are turning into an increase in estrogen and a decrease in progesterone, the hormone that helps you sleep better? Are you living in mold or mildew? Have you been exposed to it at some time in your life? This can cause random panic attacks, and it is common that this comes up in the postpartum time due to our poor methylation cycle. Additionally, it's been said that heavy metals are released into the body in the postpartum time and during perimenopause. So if you've had an IUD or a tattoo that has heavy metals in it, this could be released in the postpartum time, creating anxiety in your body, or heart palpitations, which creates anxiety. So we want to look at your environment, your water, your food. Are you eating foods that are consumed with antibiotics? This is affecting your gut health, your digestion. How is the quality of your air in your home? and many other factors that influence your hormones, such as makeup products, chemicals, things that you would never think about could be affecting your health right now, causing heart palpitations, causing anxiety, which causes insomnia, and then eventually depression as well. So the truth about anxiety and depression is a methylation problem. This methylation problem raises estrogen and lowers progesterone, affecting our sleep first and foremost. So when it comes to postpartum insomnia, we could have high histamines and low progesterone, creating this insomnia cycle. So then your body has no chance of healing because you're not sleeping. And the moment you don't sleep, you wake up and typically want sugar and caffeine to make it through the day. So let me know if this rings true to you. Do you believe this is a methylation problem, or do you believe it's something else? I'd love to know in the comment area below. If you're ready to heal naturally, make sure you book your free call with me so that we can talk about your next steps for healing naturally. Thank you.